Okay, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done any videos for you guys, um, mainly because I was on holidays for about 3 weeks and I was with family and stuff like that, so it was a very long trip, and those 3 weeks felt like an eternity. I won't go into all the family drama, but yeah, it's pretty much always there. um, Suffice to say, that's that. And while I was talking to Jackie, he expressed some interest in some of the things I've done with Minecraft, even though they weren't exactly my ideas. I didn't have the names or the YouTubers that I got the ideas from, or blatantly copied from them. So I will have to give credit on the go. We'll do a couple of things while we're exploring Minecraft. But as you can see, it's a version 1.15.1 or version 1.15.1. And yes, it's running Minecraft Forge and all that sort of stuff, and the Minecraft pack and whatnot. Um, I managed to upgrade my server from Minecraft 1.12.2. It's gone through several upgrades, but 1.13 sort of failed in loading the world, and 1.14 it was somewhat tricky. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but there have been some fairly significant changes since 1.12. I haven't loaded 1.13 on this computer. I only set up the server, and the server failed miserably to load the world for whatever reason. And I tried to fix it numerous times, but it never loaded. So, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what new things. I already started a world and started exploring and stuff like that, so we might go through that after we explore my testing area, which is one world on its own, and the server, which has been a lot of progress in that. Particularly with my tower, it's a lot further along than I remember. But we'll get to that soon, and then we might check out the other stuff. The server is my own personal server, so don't ask to join it or anything like that. I may load the world up onto a proper internet server, because the server I've got is here at home, running on our home broadband, which is not all that fast, and people from across the states will, find it difficult to play, particularly until, I don't have a business broadband or anything like that, and that's what you kind of need. It needs to be symmetric, so that it's the same speed down as it is up, because at the moment it's asymmetric. That means I get more speed downwards, but a quarter or less of that speed upwards. So that's the issue in that part, the upload speeds. And not to mention the ping rates here in Australia. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get started. As you can see, I've got a few worlds here. I played around with a demo world. That's prior to me buying it, I think. These worlds we won't go into terribly much, except for this one, which I've already updated. It was in 1.12.1 or 1.12.2, same as these worlds basically. Let me just modify one thing before we get started, because I turn cursor capture off. Okay, that should be better. And so we'll just go into this one for now. At least it upgraded the world without major issues. Of course, I had other mods installed and all that sort of stuff. This is an idea I was working on. So I could create a sort of adventure area, but it sort of didn't work out terribly well. As you see, skeleton sort of pops up, but yeah, it's supposed to pop up with some armor and all that sort of stuff, but it just sort of disappears. And these ones sort of, it did work prior to upgrading to some degree or another, and these ones are just to kill it, despawn it, whatever, all that sort of stuff, to deal with it. As you can see, we've got quite a few things, interesting things. Most of these things require to be modified, except for this. This is just a simple clock-based circuit that I set up while learning, after spending a lot of time learning Minecraft redstone circuits. Those white things are wool, if you can't tell. Oops, I probably jumped. Probably didn't need to jump. If you see there's issues with me moving around, that's because I've got a piece of paper underneath my mouse for various reasons. And this is another simple clock circuit, torch and repeater type circuit. My nephew tends to use this type, but with 4 repeaters and so forth. There's a few issues with it, but they might have been fixed by now, so. But as you can see, they all work and all that sort of jazz. Like, you don't need that stick piston here, this is essentially the output. As you can see, it's fairly compact. It probably makes it a bit more compact, but if you try to make it too compact, you'll end up with crossing circuits too much. And if you wanted to extend this foot further, you can put a redstone repeater probably right here and move it outwards. I suppose we'll start with this one first. I don't know who created this one. It was very tricky. These bits are required. These bits here did not work for me, but I left them in. Then this is my modified variation of that back there, except for the switching bit at the front, I think. And this works very well, this one. It's pretty simple, elegant sort of thing. And this is just something I was experimenting with, I think. I'm not sure what the idea behind it was. I think it probably can get deleted now, if I'm honest, but this thing, let's see, yes, Auto Tree Farmer by Avomance, so credit to Avomance for that, and if you got it from someone else, credit to them as well. Suffice to say, I've done some tweaking and modifications of it. That makes it pretty much fully automated. You can stick in. Okay. Seeds going there by the looks of it. Yeah. And probably bone goes into that. So let me just. Gotta figure out where everything is again. Because it's been quite a few months or even years since I've played Minecraft, so and yes, we are in creative mode. I don't usually like to be in creative mode, but there's certainly a lot of differences. Oh, okay, it might be under this one, maybe. Bone meal. Okay, I can just fill this up. And as you can see, it's filling up. We'll just put more in. Because it's bound to take all of this and more. Well, we don't need to fill it up completely, but a fair amount would be nice. And while it's doing that, we'll just have to clear this out. Clear all this out. So this will all build up again anyway. So it will cover the switch if you're not careful, so you can move the switch further out. But I just left it there anyway. Okay, nothing's working. Okay, so it was working at some point. I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest. Because like I think this might only be a button to start the process. But yeah, I don't think it's going to work anymore. So yeah, and what these command blocks do, this sets up a starter variable which these command blocks here use. I don't know if this thing here is working or not. Quite simply, probably need to put a switch on and turn it on. And these ones, along with those ones over there, these allow the dispenser that outputs the sapling to plant the tree right there. And that will, this one will be the sapling planter. So, like I said, this, yeah, once it's working, it works in concert with each other. So, I don't know if it was originally designed like that or not, but I set it up like that anyway. I don't think it was, but yeah. Good. So as you can see, that's full of bone to make trees grow, and this is full of saplings to output saplings. Yeah, I don't think that bit was part of it originally. May have been, may not have been, I don't know. But we'll get back to that at a later date, I think. this is a simple charcoal, auto refilling charcoal furnace. I don't know who by. Yeah, wasn't going to save this world anyway. Hopefully. But as you can see, it's fairly simple. You put wood in here. Let me just put some wood in there. Looks. We'll just. Yeah. And it starts smelting right down and making. There we go. It's got 2 furnaces. So it cooks up real fast, and what you get is charcoal at the end of here. When you build this, you will need to put in starter charcoals, or starter coal or starter charcoals, whichever you prefer. But it will make more and more charcoal as time goes on. This is a golem, iron golem farm by Avomance. Again, credit to Avomance. I probably did a little modification by putting, I think in his original version he let me put wool in here. I'm not sure, but I put glowstones in instead. And as you can see, it's got a lot of transporting stuff, but there's no command block required for this one either. So it's fairly simple, can be made in any world without cheating. It's got a crafting table and a large amount of chests on this one, which nothing goes into. And all the stuff on the iron golem goes into here. So as you can see, it does actually work. But the way it does work is it's pretty simple. You've got villages on all the sides. You need at least 2 villages in each of these containers. Okay. The villages has changed. And you need doors. Without the doors, it doesn't work, because iron golems only spawn when there's at least 12 or so doors, and it should spawn either up here or down here. And as you can see, the water flows, pushes it into here, goes down into here, gets cut up by the lava, and you've got hoppers down here, which allows the items to get processed. I've been playing Minecraft on the Wii U too much in the last 3 weeks. And if we get back down here, yeah, might have been a few little tweaks that I did here and here maybe, but yeah. So when the items go into the hopper, it goes through all this, goes from those hoppers over there, there's another hopper in there, then through these hoppers. This circuit is to make the droppers go up. I believe these are droppers. That one, and that one, and that's another set of iron hoppers. Oops. And if we break all this down, you'll see the hoppers go all the way around. Fighting very cleverly by Avomance. still goes around. No, stops there. And then, yeah, it's as simple as that. Literally, that's it. So when this chest gets full, it'll go to the next hopper, which then will fill up this chest, and so forth. But as you can imagine, this might be a bit difficult to build in an actual world because of the amount of iron these hoppers take and how many hoppers there are. But if you can manage it and get the villagers into the right spot, you'll probably find it's well worth it. It is cool how it looks like the window's half open and stuff, but it's not like you can close it or anything. As for getting villagers up there, you'll just have to build stairs or a ramp that goes up like that and place them in there. That's if you don't want to do it in creative mode. But other than that, it looks very nice. There's all sorts of interesting little things. As you can tell, it requires a fair bit of light for them to come in. Now, this is something that I built myself. Just using some ideas from that, I think. And a few ideas that people had. But essentially, it's a sugarcane farm. It uses no command blocks either. And it's very simple. These observers don't want to work. Yeah, that's strange. That should have triggered them. Yeah, it triggered that. Huh. Oh, but it's not triggering them. Strange, that. Okay, so things have changed for sure. So this no longer works. Not in 1.15, in 1.12 it does work. That's a bit of a shame, but I'll have to work on that. But anyway, what it does is it pushes the observers get triggered when the sugarcane grows to that height, the third height, and that's when they stop growing. It triggers the observers. The observers push the pistons on all of them, and leaving that remaining so that can continue to grow. And all the stuff gets pushed into here, into the hopper. There's another dispenser below. Pushes up into this dispenser here, into this hopper, which then pushes everything into this chest. So as you can see, it had worked at some point. And yes, mobs do tend to wander into it if you're not careful. I've tried to improve upon it, but it had relatively little success. So, but as you can see, the circuit's pretty simple. Redstone repeater, redstone block, and all this wonderful gadgetry stuff here, and more wonderful gadgetry stuff here. So, for whatever reason though, the observers aren't triggering these repeaters, because the observers don't put out much power by themselves. They're only supposed to put out one redstone block worth of power, basically. Not redstone block as in there, one redstone distance, so, or something like that. So, but for some reason that doesn't work anymore. So that's not going to be as fun to figure out. If if I remove this one, place it on there, does the redstone circuit light up? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you don't need repeaters as much anymore. Which is a bit weird. Very weird, because that will happen. But considering they don't take an input, that should be relatively okay. Oops. Just modifying it a little bit. And the repeaters should be there, but like I said, they must have adjusted it to go the whole 6 or 12 blocks. Power level of like 12 instead of 1. So when we remove this, it should only on one side though. How problematic. But yeah, that's fine though. Because each plant will grow at different rates, so different plants on either side will do different things. You will get this issue where some of the items won't go into the water. Not much you can do about that other than making the water wider. So if that's something you want to do, that's fine. But I don't know if they made any changes, but you should be able to put glow stones above all these all the way across and then close it completely. Ignoring issues with that one, if there are any more. We move over to this one, which is a cobblestone generator, funny enough. And to my knowledge, this one actually does work. And as you can see, it's still working. The reason for the delay is because I had problems getting it to work without such a long delay. But the rest of the circuit doesn't seem to want to trigger. So yeah. So that's another one that's a bit of an issue. But this was working as well. All of this was working in 14.2, I believe. But I know for certain it works in 12.2 as well. As you can see, it's fairly simple setup. This is another form of repeater clock. Well, I wouldn't say a repeater clock, but a redstone clock. With variable delay. Well, it's supposed to work much the same as the tree one over there. Basically, the lava and water mix here, create cobblestone, which then gets pushed up and pushed up and pushed up until you got an observer here, which then activates that circuit there, which then activates all these pistons and pushes them across. Which then this circuit down here with this observation block down here, it actually you might be able to get it to work to some degree. Yeah, that observation block pushes everything across. But obviously it's not doing the whole lot. So the power's not reaching to the top half. It was designed to take full advantage of the of the piston's capabilities. But obviously there's not enough power anymore, so that could be a problem. Just have a... Oops, not that. Yeah. It's going to be tricky without putting in a block that falls. If only I could put a block in there from this height. But I can't. But basically, about halfway, which is about here, perhaps on this one, we'll need to, probably here, put in a repeater, I think. We can take that out. Leave it. Put a repeater here. Nope. Block there, just for safety sakes. And then we'll need to put a block here. Then here, 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 and here. Don't need that many blocks, but and does that fix it? Probably not completely. Yeah, it fixed it, so there you go. They changed some of the power requirements, but if you wanted to keep it symmetrical, you can place this same fix up to here as well, and at least it'll look a bit more symmetric. So I'll probably just go ahead and do that anyway. Do that, 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 and that. And I'm going to take out that one and that one. Put a redstone repeater here again. And there you go. That, that, that. Take out that block. Because lava and water meet at the exact same time, more or less. Well, lava's got to flow into the same spot, and the water lava flows into the same spot as well. But as you can see, the lava portion is 2 blocks long rather than 1 block long. Oh no, it only... No, it is. And that's just to make sure the flow moves. Come on. And this is 2... yeah. This one's 2 blocks, but you've got a piston that cut off. Because we only want the water to be cut off. And this gives the lava some time to flow, so then the water flows into it, which then creates cobblestone. And as you can see, it's flying up and up and up and up. It's already done 1 block. on lot of blocks. Not that you need a cobblestone generator, but c'est la vie. And this was just testing out the idea. I mean, I'm thinking of a different idea, which now automatically converts it using that furnace idea over there, converting it to stone rather than cobblestone. And you won't need all this tower and stuff, so I'll probably modify that. But as you can see, it was a fairly successful experiment. I don't want to show you the whole lot, but this one's now working, so we can probably tweak this differently now. Basically, we can remove one layer of slabs here, so basically we can take out this layer of slabs. Take out that slab and that. And we should be able to... Nope. I know there's a way to copy and paste sort of thing, but oh well. Where are the stones? Oh, stone slab. Stone slab there. Another one there. Just there. And a repeater there. Do the same to this side. Stone slab here. Repeater there. Oh, monster repeater. And you might even be able to make it a bit bigger now. The only reason why I made it this big is because the water flows only up to this point. So that's now should work in 1.15. So by all means, copy it if you want. Don't forget to credit it by me, Lunatic Mercenary, otherwise known as Logan. And feel free to copy that and find Avamances on YouTube. Look them up. It's got quite a few good things there. This was probably also done by Avamance. I think it was actually. So look them up on YouTube again. It's good because you don't always want to use coal. Charcoal is an easy, faster burning replacement for coal, but it works. Particularly when you're short on coal all the time, because you can use coal for better purposes. Again, I don't know what the purpose behind all this is, but I know what the purpose is behind it, but I don't know why it doesn't work anymore. Same thing with this one. I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll come back and show you guys, but like I said, everything here worked at 14.2, I think it was, 14.1 and 12.2. The worlds didn't take too kindly to 1.13. So, as you can see, It's not a lot, but it is helpful for learning redstone and the like. If you want me to go through the process a bit more, proper tweaks and stuff. Prior to 1.5, the leaves would stay there, whether the tree was there or not. But yeah, still doesn't work, so I'll have to go through that. Like, this is the only contraption here that requires command blocks, like those over there, to work. These are simple circuits which anyone can use. So by all means use them. If you want further help or further explanation, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to do what I can. Again, I'm not sure what this was meant to do, but yeah, it's something about completing a circuit, obviously. I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. I have no choice but to save and quit. Oh well. I did make a backup of it before I loaded up in 1.15, so I can go back to the old one, do the modifications I need. So this is my server, Uncle Logan's Minecraft server. It's for my niece and nephews. I think I called Jack my niece, I think. But anyway, he's my nephew. He's the one that's so into Minecraft, and I'm the only one in the family that can actually play Minecraft with him. End cut. And this is my Minecraft server. As you can see, you can't see anything at the moment. But this is around where I started, more or less, in this world. It wasn't easy. I spent probably a good 6 months building all this, and still got many more months to go. And there's the mine that I went through and mined. I can't fly because I have not done this in creative mode. I've only done it in survival mode, which is why it took like 6 months. And it just turned into day. So yeah. I know you're not supposed to use an axe for that, but I didn't have a stone sword. But we'll go through that mine later, which will probably take a good long time. But this is the first house I built. Well, this isn't. This is actually the second house I built, exactly on top of the first house I built. But it's the same dimensions as the first house I built, and the same layout. The only real difference is that I built it out of stone, and added this entranceway to it, and added these torches around it, and put a roof on it. But other than that, it's all the same. I put windows into straight up glass blocks, so. Sorry about that. I just got a message and I'm just replying to it. And I put Jack's favourite colour bed down as well, which is an actual purple, not a magenta. And as you can see, I put a map on here. Anvil, forge, crafting table, 2 sets of chests which are probably empty and probably need to be reset to some degree because they're locked for some reason, but they're empty. I put a map in, and as you can see where I ended up venturing out. We'll get to that bit soon in a minute. The actual spawn point for new people is in here. Okay, excellent. Looks like we've got a gate issue, but I've built this area with pretty much 2 of every kind of animal, every colour animal, every natural colour animal. You've got dark grey, light grey, black, white. Got 2 of them, 2 cows, 2 brown sheep, 2 pigs, 2 chickens, mushrooms. I built that sort of as an identifier. Mushrooms, potatoes, another big tree. Don't know why they're not growing. Another tree, another field for whatever. Carrots, 2 more trees. So you got the 4 kinds of trees plus sugarcane, plus a pumpkin farm, plus beetroot. And this should be wheat over here, along with the mushrooms, which are from the nether. Hence why they're on soul sand. And as you can see, plenty of light around the area, so that way no mobs will spawn too close. As you can see, the actual roof is there. You probably saw in the distance, that's my tower. We'll get to that in a bit. That alone took at least 3 months to build, and probably an extra couple of weeks to beautify it, among doing some other things to it. But just so you know how much time, you don't get a really full grasp of the time that you spend in something until you see all the lights you use to through the mine shafts that you make. That's new. Water dripping. I swear I saw it, but it's not dripping anymore. But yes, this goes on for quite some time. Originally I went that direction, then I went to that direction, which opened up a huge space. Sorry. And it's just weird that that looks different to what it used to. So there's many pathways, many dead ends. I should be able to walk through all this without any real issues. There's probably many resources hiding behind all this crap. And that's weird. He should not have been here, by all counts and rights. No, probably needs just a little bit more light here. Oops, there's another one. We run into too many of them and won't be able to survive. As you can see, it goes on and on and on and on for quite a bit. I mined a hell of a lot out of all this. And you can see that it doesn't all look like it's that completely natural. I mined out quite a lot of areas, which had the natural generation of coal and stuff. A lot of it would have been the coal That's pretty much that for that area, I think. That didn't take all that long. What took all that time is I started mining over here. It had a lot of gravel. I always found that through the experiences in this mine, I found that gravel hides a lot. As you can see, we've got a big, huge, wide open space. So like a canyon, and it's even multi-tiered in various places. And there's obsidian there. Oops, and I fell down. At least I didn't die, so. And I mined this path out as well. Oh, and I fell down again. Oh. And this is in the tower. Level 23. And this is level 24. I had mushrooms trying to grow up here, but I don't think, oh no, they were doing quite alright. I think I wanted to change things up a bit. I did a bit of an experiment because I had this all completely darkened out, soul sand and all that sort of stuff, and I don't think the mushrooms were growing properly. So I started growing them outside, and I just wanted to change this to something else. As you can see, each floor will be approximately, that's 2, 4, then 6, 4, that's 3, so 4 is 7 blocks high, minus the floor. And we've got 24 floors, so yes, you can imagine. The floor is on at the world has a specific height and it's measured in blocks. The ground is at block 64 height wise. So the tower is roughly, since the highest is you can build is 255. Yeah, you can imagine it's 192 blocks high. Give or take. I've got some enchanted armor, some enchanted iron armor, but I've already got some enchanted iron / diamond. And the rest is mostly blank. And that previous mine is also bigger than what it appears because there's several offshoots with big caverns in as well. And I can tell you there's over 256 lights in there. Went through numerous decks. Oh, this is the observation deck level, which is, strangely enough, level 9. And that's the easiest point where you can observe around the area. Oh yeah, that's a bridge I built down there, because there's another bridge I built down there because there's a village over in that direction. That's another village over there, and that's where the starting point is over there. So as you can imagine, I didn't explore too far at first, particularly when I built this tower. But I'll show you how I've explored a lot more. Lava pit there, good amount of river water there. It's got its own troubles. Again, more blank. And this is floor 2. Ground floor being floor 1. And as you can see, I've mapped out a huge area. This is a 64 by 64 block area. That's filled with soul sand and nether mushrooms, pumpkin patch, wheat, sugarcane, carrots, beetroot, potatoes, and 5 different levels of trees. You got the dark oak, spruce, oak, and can't remember what that one is. I think it's that one. And cacao over there. I've got a farm, nether portal, glowstones literally everywhere, horse with diamond armor. I probably should make this a whole walk around area. And sheep of every natural color, brown, then white, grey, dark grey, black in ascending or descending color. And I've got another horse with golden armor, which I've got both of those in the nether. Cows, which I can breed, chickens, which give me eggs, pigs, and I had a pen with rabbits and dogs in them too. Wolves, I should say, wolves. And that's my mining area. It's all blocked off, so they can't get down there. The fences and poles there in this area is netherrack, and that's brick. Might be nether brick. I can't remember. I just know I made some, so I just placed them down there just to give it a bit of contrast, I think. Going back here, as you can see, loads of empty spaces for all sorts of things. I don't know what yet. I made a wood generator, tree generator. It's out of bone at the moment, so I might have to see if it actually works. It's much of the same as you saw in the other world. I'll probably make these poles taller and put glowstones on them at some point, like over there. There's also a cauldron down there. There's also a well just here, and you can see command blocks over there. Those command blocks are only for those dispensers planting trees. So we go down, close the doors, even though no monsters will spawn. Yes, I can guarantee it. And of course, this level 1 or ground level is a bit bigger than the others, I think. No, it's the same level. This is my storage area. Whether you want to call it private storage area is another story, is another thing. But I've got loads of resources. Some of the stuff I've grown, some of this I haven't. Probably a lot of it I haven't, just harvested from the wild. Got loads of obsidian. As you've probably seen, I'm remaking the wall out of obsidian because I'm sick of bloody creepers fucking... Sorry, I'm blowing it up. And a lot of worn out weapons and stuff. I found a lot of these come from the netherworld and from fishing as well, so I'm just keeping them so I can forge them all into one. I've also got iron swords, some iron stuff. I tend to use stone stuff because it's easier to get stone stuff, basically. I've got chests with some emeralds. I used to have a hell of a lot more. I bought some books so I could enhance some stuff. Bane of Arthropods, efficiency, power, sweeping edge, knockback, smite, sharpness 1, 2, and 3. and protection 3, lure 3, mending, mending, and mending. Block of lapis, lapis lazuli, and it's a lot of coal. Considering it takes 8 blocks to make 1 coal, and I've got 3 stacks of 64. I used to have more. I've got wither skeleton skulls, so I can make a wither appear. Flint from mining all that gravel. Gunpowder, slime balls from my adventures, feathers and all that sort of stuff. Bone meal. Spruce, oak sapling, dark oak, dark oak. Well, they're all dark oak. Birch sapling, spruce. So that's the other one. That's the white one. The spruce. I've got an enchantment table with enchantment books. I think you need 12 of them. I had a chest here. I had it all partitioned off as well, but I removed a lot of that to make way for all this. I've got and a chest with diamonds in it. Used to have more diamonds. I also lost a few diamonds from throwing stuff into the lava by mistake. And this is the maps. These are the largest zoomed maps you can make. There are other maps at the villages. If I remember correctly, there should be a village here, 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 and here somewhere. And with this map, the woodland mansion is somewhere about here. It is literally that far away. If you take in consideration, this is probably 512 blocks by 512 blocks. So 512 blocks plus 11, 8 or 11, or times 8 or 11, I should say. Somewhere between 8 to 11. And anvil, chests for making dyes, another cauldron for God knows what. Dyes and various wools. And over here you probably saw, but if I were to dig up around this, you'll find the coal generator that I was talking about. The coal generator also works by when it runs out of coal, it'll take coal from this chest as well. So you just keep putting in wood and it'll keep on burning. You can put in other stuff and it'll come out in here as well. But as you can see, just to make things a bit easier to understand, wood goes in there, coal comes out here. This is also one of these weird contraptions. You put coal in there, put items in there, and the result of said process comes out here. So if you put food in here, as long as there's charcoal in there or coal, it'll cook and put them into here. So I've got 2 of them mirroring each other, because it doesn't matter which side that you put that on, it'll go into the coal slot anyway. And this is a spare one for whatever I feel like doing. Okay. And this is just random assortment of crafting stuff. Another bed, which I took from the other place. Signs and just random stuff. And this is more or less the same. Fireworks I was experimenting with. Leather, glass planes, and gold, this, that, and the other. From all my adventuring. Because Because when I made this, you didn't have slabs or anything like that. Now you've got slabs, which came out in version 1.14. Might have been in 1.13, but I couldn't get it to run properly. So I might have to put in more lights in here some way. But as you can see, this is the maximum amount of area that water will, that one spot of water will moisturize. And as you can see, some things happen. All sorts of manner of creatures will come in and crop in. You must be able to spawn with less light now as well. So I might have to put in some more lights. Pumpkin patch used to be a bit bigger than this, but yeah, it's always a bit of a problem when planting. No, I think it used to be this size, because pumpkins tend to take up random spots when you plant them, so you kind of need this much at least. There probably was more planting spots, but they probably got destroyed with some fights. As you can see, we've got some obsidian wall here. That's because the stone wall is, well, the stone wall has always been three blocks thick. Skeleton, yep. Bridge. There's two sets of gates on either side. They have to be too wide so you can ride a horse out. And as you can see, I plant the trees in between all this, so you get a good amount of wood. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically 5 by 5 square area of trees. And by 5, I mean 5 of these big square areas here. Kind of need that much area in order to grow trees. The leaves will overlap if they need to. And these, you've got to plant 4 of them. They're dark oak, I believe. A dark oak, that's birch, that's spruce, and this is cacao. And I've yet to make a couple more so I can put more seeds on them. Again, more obsidian. I think there's only one entrance that doesn't have iron plates on the ground so that you can get out. The only problem is that mobs can weigh them down. So, not sure what happened there. Probably got blown up because netherrack, I think, is susceptible to fire. No, maybe not. But they're still pretty easy to break. Of course, my mining area down here, this is where I've got a lot of this cobblestone and stuff. I did get a lot of this cobblestone from the other area as well, until I decided to start going down here. And as you can see, command blocks. Woohoo! Woohoo! And all this stone pavement is pretty much marking out the maximum width of the maximum length and width of the trees that can be pushed along. I'll eventually enclose it, but at the moment I just need to get more bone meal for it because it ran out of bone meal. It takes a lot of bone meal to create trees. This was also working as well, so I don't know if it works at the moment per se. The leaves may end up disappearing at some point now too. because I never used to disappear per se. But if you're wondering what those blocks at the very top there, because the observation block is there, those blocks up there just prevent the tree from growing too tall for the machine. Although you can literally make it for that height, but you end up with not a square place of brick. Basically, it'll just sort of wobble in and out of here in certain places, mainly up there though. Yeah, this is also a place where this was a very hilly area. The place where I put the stone walls was not so hilly. All that there was not so hilly. But when the walls kept getting blown up, I needed to expand the walls, and I needed some space out from the wall as well. I'll eventually put glowstones along the outside of the wall as well. And the middle of that is supposed to be sort of a walkway kind of thing, so I'll probably put fences up along there as well. And of course I mined a lot of this stuff out. I even mined some of the floor out to some degree or another. And it just goes all the way around there. So this was a lot. There's even more mined out around this corner up here. There was some coal there, I believe. And I mined a lot of this out as well. Yeah, this is probably the set of doors that doesn't have any iron plates put down, because they got blown up most likely. But in this world, I could only managed to find dark oak and spruce and cacao over in that direction. And there's a light, there's a torch on top of that spire too. And as you can see, the beautification process was essentially just making the outside a little bit wider, making platforms up there, putting all that wood on the outside just to make it contrast a little bit. I made the maximum height and width of the nether portal, and yes, I put stairs and stuff up to it, and just so it looks a bit like something out of Stargate kind of thing. I put this stuff around it so mobs can't go in or come out, because I've managed to have a few follow me through the portal. This is random assortment of stuff that I got from the netherworld, quartz and stuff. I had quartz stairs and slabs and blocks and whatnot, just experimenting with various materials. And this one's seeds, pumpkin seeds, beetroot seeds, wheat seeds for feeding the livestock. If I need wheat, it's just inside. I used to have wheat in that chest as well. Yes, this might have been an updated command block set too. So this may actually work. Works more or less the same as the other stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's a bit more conditional than the other ones. So that's pretty much the Minecraft world. Unless you want to go see villages and stuff. We'll just go have a look below. Ah, that's coarse dirt too. Number of times things have been blown up, it's just unreal. So I ended up putting coarse dirt in instead. This is just a lot of sorted random materials kind of thing. All these chests are almost full. If they're not full, that's because they got blown up, so I'm replacing them. Put some more chests in. We've got heaps of dirt and magma blocks. So as you can see, I'm pretty well prepared. I wouldn't say I'm completely prepared, but prepared enough. Hence why I started exploring and making maps. Ooh, that's a pain in the ass. I should get my iron sorted out. All this was filled in. I started getting the materials for the stone, for cobblestone and stuff. Found some resources in here. Managed to dig upwards as well through my wall, strangely enough. Damn it. I know. There we go. And I've got 3 leads. Okay. And I've got another 2 leads on my horses upstairs, so I probably need more lighting in here too. But this is another mine that I explored and excavated. It goes on pretty far. Probably further than the other one. This one has more areas and I managed to find more resources. And that goes outside as well. Oh, another skeleton. Another 2 skeletons. I need my iron sword. As you can tell, it's been a while. I normally wouldn't be this bad at it, but also I do have iron armor on at least. Okay. As you can tell, I've got keep inventory on. And that's set in the server settings. And if you ask, does it get annoying coming down all these from the spawn point of my bed? Yes, it does. But I did first start out with this being a whole heap of stairs. So you can imagine the amount of work I put in. Was not easy. Died countless times. That's not that. That one. Always lose track of my materials and stuff. Well, you would too if you had this much, and spent a couple of years away from it. I really wanted to enchant this iron sword, but oh well. I just want to show you how big this mine is, kind of thing. Although I've taken up half an hour an hour and a half of your time at the moment, so. A mini zombie. Okay, child zombie. That's somewhat new. Oh, this was only 1.14. Can't remember how to block. Oh, that doesn't take as much time. So, you can imagine how much time I spent on this. And to think that I'm only saying that this took about 6 months. And that was with a lot of fucking stuffing around. And there should be, yep, here it is. Gotta go around a bit. Whoop, fell down. Whoopsies. It's not hard to lose your footing anyway. And this is where I got a lot of the obsidian from, which I stopped mining because I lost my diamond pickaxe. But this isn't the only place either. Just gotta remember where it is. So you could say I'm fairly rich in this game, in one way or another. I've just spent a long time. So long that I actually did get bored of it for quite some time. Back up this way, over this way. Oh yeah, that's the shaft up there. Ignore that. Should be around here. Up this way. Down this way. Hit rock bottom, literally. And I'm just going to put you guys on pause for a minute. Welcome back, and we'll just try to finish off what we're exploring. And some new lava, apparently. But yeah, more obsidian. More, and just keeps going on and on and on. And on and on and on. More and more and more. And that's pretty much most of it. So I'll let you guys go for now and get back to regular programming. Adios, amigos.